Hi guys, what's going on? It's Willie, and in this video we are going to be discussing why I haven't uploaded a video in so freaking long. I mean, I haven't even looked of how long it's been, but as you guys can see, I'm recording my desktop with a free screen recorder that you can get in the Microsoft Store. I just searched screen recorder and installed the first one that popped up. But why haven't I been uploading YouTube videos? Plain and simple, it's called life. And this thing that YouTube does not want us to talk about, the damn panic. Yes, I did not cuss. Other people call it pandemic. I call it the damn panic. Recently, all the way back in October 5th, I started a job. And I did have to have a job search company help me find this. Recently, as you guys will know, because I discussed on some past videos, I was on a job search company that really didn't pan out. Well, about, I'd say 9 months ago, I was transitioned over to a new job search program. And this company actually did what they were supposed to do. They got me in with a temp agent, and the temp agent was actually owned by the same person that I got the job through. So it was called 411 Industries was where I was working at. And their temp agent was called 411 Services. And just a warning, this video is nothing bad about the company or how they done me at all. Although you guys will plainly see that how I was treated was dirty. You guys could say it could be even rude. But yeah, I started working there October 5th. And basically, I was in charge of inventory. And what that meant was I was in charge of putting in pallets into their system. And what that meant was every pallet that came off the truck had to be put into an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, they started me off with 4 days. Which, by the way, my days, I was working 4 days a week for 4 hours a day. So basically I was working 10:30 to 2:30. So yeah, 10:30 to 2:30. And they started me out at $7.25 an hour. So, you know, the first couple of days was kind of difficult because I really didn't know the program. But after the first couple of days, I got into a rhythm and started turning out more and more. I think the most I ever done at one point was 12 pallets in 4 hours. And so this was a small company, and what we basically focused on was really a bunch of things. But they lost one of their main contracts with Colgate. And that's the reason a bunch of us was laid off. I'm not going to say any names here. But yes, a bunch of us was laid off, including me. Basically, my position at 411 Industries was terminated. And, yeah, because they lost their contract. But that's not the only thing that we done. We done freezer bags for transplants, so like your heart transplant, your liver transplant. And we also did Tesla car parts, but mostly what we focused on was packaging up the automatic toothbrushes for Colgate. And what I mean by that is, you know that little carrying container or charging container that the toothbrushes would come in? Yes, we would get them out of the packaging, put them in the containers, and then package them up and send them out to your local Walmart or wherever they need to be going. Most of the stuff that I handled went up to Michigan or Ohio or places like that. Now we had pieces coming in to make the parts as far as Germany. Okay, so me being in the office, I got to know a little bit of everything and everybody that came through there, because we was a company that had under 50 employees. So basically everybody was on a first name basis. And yes, I do miss some of the guys I used to work with, but that's just how it happened. Now, we did transport plant supervisors as I was working there. And didn't have no problem with the new supervisor. She didn't have a problem with me. But basically, I worked every day up until that Wednesday and Thursday before Thanksgiving. I got that off. And then I worked that Monday after Thanksgiving. And that Monday after Thanksgiving was that last day I worked. Because there was a bad snowstorm fixing to come in. And excuse my notifications, because the cool thing about this new computer, I have my phone connected to my computer. So yes, just excuse that. So they told me not to worry about coming in that next day because of the snowstorm. Now, me being a good employee, I went ahead and called in to see what they wanted me to do, because it really wasn't that bad where I was at. And the company was just 12 miles away from me. But it was going over a mountain to get there, so it actually took about 20 to 25 minutes to get to the actual location. They told me not to worry about coming in that next Tuesday. So I went in and stayed home. Called in on Wednesday. They told me the same thing. Okay, called in Thursday. Told me the same thing. I didn't have to worry about calling in Friday because I was off that day, of course. So I called in that next Monday, and my supervisor basically told me that there would be no work for the rest of the week. Okay, so I'm like, well, that's funny, but I'll see you Monday. She's like, yeah, we'll see you Monday. So fast forward a couple of days until Wednesday at this point. I get a phone call from a job search supervisor saying that she got a phone call from the plant supervisor, which, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but I went to school with the plant supervisor's daughter, and I didn't realize it until after about a month and a half of working there. Somebody actually told me that she was his daughter, and yeah, that's what small world, I guess, right? So she basically said that the main supervisor told her that they didn't need my services anymore, and she was on her way up there to get my keyboard because I use a special keyboard that has a mouse pad built into it like a laptop. Okay? And the we got a hero, okay. But yeah, I had to go through a different company to get the keyboard. And so in the contract that I signed with the other company to get the keyboard basically stated that for any circumstances I'm laid off, or they fire me or whatever, or I quit, the keyboard has to go back to that company. I can't just hold on to it until I find another job. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, I wonder if I have to call them to get my final check and everything. So anyways, I got off the phone with her and I was I wouldn't say I was upset and I wouldn't say I was aggravated. I was just saying I was irritated at the fact that I just spoke to the woman a couple of days ago and she didn't even give me a hint that I was looking at being laid off. So I tried calling them to see how I need to go about getting my checks. And apparently they know it was me because they didn't even want to answer the phone. So, you know, I left her a message to please call me back, and she never did. So anyways, about 20 minutes goes by, and I get a phone call back from my job search supervisor saying that she got my keyboard and they gave her my 2 checks. I'm like, okay, well, do you want to run it by here and give it to me? She's like, yeah, just give me your address. I'm like, okay, it's blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she runs my check by here for me, which my job search company has been nothing but helpful throughout this whole situation, especially this particular job search coach or supervisor. I'm going to call her. It's basically whatever you want to call her, but yeah, I'm just going to call her supervisor. So that basically led me into being put back onto the program. But here's the thing, I worked for this 411 Industries for 60 days, okay? If I would have worked another 30 days, I would have been off of the program completely. So I'm glad that they let me go when they let me go, but I'm not proud and I'm not happy of the way it happened. So now I'm back on the job search program looking for another job. So anyways, that's where I've been, and that's why they made YouTube videos, because of the virus and me getting laid off. So that was just a quick little story from me to actually see if you guys will be interested in watching any YouTube videos from me from now on, because I know it's been a while and I know YouTube has changed a lot, but I still want to make YouTube videos for you guys. So anyways, if you guys like this video and like this little story time with Willie, just give me a like, leave me a comment, share the video, you know. Do whatever you guys want to do, but let me know if you guys want to see any more videos from me.